Hey there, and welcome back to Trainwreck, an educational monster train series where you watch me struggle at around 200 Pact Shards. And you also get to watch me struggle with recording a video. This is the second time I've done this intro, because the first time I did this intro, I had the microphone pointing away from my face. That's a new one for me. The one where because I have one of those cool robot arms. They're not robot arms. They're mechanical arms, kind of. They basically I can move the microphone around my office desk so that it's not always in my way, but if I need to record something, I can bring it over. Anyway, I just forgot to move it in front of me, so I was just talking and nothing was being picked up. It's pretty impressive, honestly. If I've got to be honest with you, just a fantastic way to open this. And I did a full intro. I talked about a previous episode and everything. I'm just glad I noticed that I wasn't getting picked up at all before I started the run. I managed to pull myself back and go, hey, wait a second, let's look at this. And then it took all of 10 seconds for me to realize, oh, right, the microphone. It could have been worse, right? I could have just not figured out what was causing it and been like, it's broken. What's wrong with my computer? But anyway, I fortunately didn't have that bad of a struggle with it. Anyway, let's get in on some Monster Train. That's why we're here. Let's do the thing. So today, what do? Our previous run was Eternal Flame Fade. A little bit odd. We had Mark of a Champion to prop up her damage a little bit. And then we had a Lodestone Totem infused, multi-striking, incanting Siren of the Sea that we duped. There was also an endless Hot Shark, self-infused, of course, and a very strange number of automatic rail spikes. I think we had 7 of those at the end. They had plus 30 and good stuff like that. It was a bit odd, but, fine, I think. It seems strong in the end. I mean, we obviously got the win, but definitely not as strong as some, Firelight lines could have been, so it's all good. It's nice to not always get shown Firelight and have the same run every time you play Fade, so that's nice. We're now moving on to my least favorite champion, Echo Right. This is interesting because someone actually commented to me recently about, I talk about enjoying Soulguard a lot, but I'll always admit that I don't actually think Soulguard is that great of a champion. He's fine. He's somewhere in the middle. I maybe have him I think actually 7th out of 12 or something like that. I haven't thought about the exact number in a while, but I don't really think he's that great. But I just like him because he looks cool, and I think his treatise that he just speaks sometimes. If you ever listen to his dialogue or you ever read his dialogue, there's just a paragraph he puts up where he goes, yes, I've been thinking about the infinite malignancies of the universe today, and I think that this is how the reasoning of the world begins. And you're just like, what are you talking about, my guy? Chill out. It's really funny. That's something that, I don't know, I like it a lot anyway. So I think Soulguard's great. I love playing him, despite the fact that I don't really think he's incredible. Echo Right is, and there's a reason I'm talking about this, okay? Echo Right's the exact opposite. I understand. Echo Right's pretty decent. I think Echo Right is better than the Soulguard. I think Echo Right is in a very good clan, has a very good starting card. There's a lot of good things to say about Echo Right mechanically. I just hate this champion. And it's largely because I find its mechanics disappointing. I can imagine the world where we got a much cooler, much more synergistic, much more logically built Echo Right. He looks cool, but I wish his mechanics just kind of play nicer with the game. A great example of this is just look at the evolution of Marshallord over the course of a run. You go from alright, they do completely different things. Why do we get completely different eggs? Why does it suddenly grow 2 space at ring 7? Why is that a thing? A lot of it doesn't make any sense. Why does it summon the egg? Right? Why doesn't it just add it to your hand and then make the egg 1 space? Wouldn't that have been cooler? There's a lot of question marks about its design, and I'm not going to get into it, but I don't love this champion. We'll just leave it like that for now, instead of spending the next 5 minutes me explaining it. So, alright, we are forced to play him, however. He is the 12th champion, so here we are. And I guess we'll leave it at that and get in on this. So as always, do like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Those things are cool and all the cool kids are doing them. So let's play some Monster Train. Hiya, click the button, right? Everything looks good? Sure does. Wonderful. Alright, hope you're all doing well today. I'm doing okay. I've actually been awake for a lot longer than I expected. In a bizarre twist of events, I woke myself up by coughing. I think I inhaled a cat fur ball or something. I have to assume it was something like that because I woke up after only maybe 5 hours of sleep and was just coughing and then was completely way too awake in order to go back to sleep. And I'm thinking to myself, why? Normally I don't cough when I sleep. Why would you do this to me? I almost blamed Monster Train. So anyway, I woke up really early and I've just been struggling with trying to be, cognizant. I wanted to record earlier, but I was way too tired. So it's been a couple hours now. I've at least had increased my blood sugar levels, had a drink or something. So we're doing all right now, but inevitably I will need to go to sleep at a very early hour as a result of that nonsense. So, hooray! Hopefully you're doing better. Today, we are having a good one. This is a great looking start to Monster Train. We are Exile Wurmkin, Exile Awoken, which means we get root seeds. You know, it's funny, I pick root seeds so often for the expert challenges that I've been recording. I rarely see them in randoms, so kind of nice to pick it up for a change. We're facing Dazed Talos, Spell Shield Fell, and Patient Seraph. Fine. We don't have the tools for Patient right now, but we can get them. Our starting cards are Proclamation, Vine Grasp, and Return Soul. Return Soul is excellent with Echo Right. It is just ammunition. We'll draw pretty fast. I don't hate Vine Grasp. It's okay. We have pings that are probably better. The thing about this is it's at least free, so whatever. It's not purple if we end up on an Inspire line, but okay. And then Proclamation is a good front blast. We're happy to have it. Temples today. Reminder that this is a Trainwreck episode. Temples on 2, 4, 5, and 8 for temples. That's good. Dupe on 8 is on magic side, nothing special. Another dupe on 7 with the cave. Competes with a steel shop and vortex. Alright, we'll see. Magic shop on 6. The other side is a trinket shop with double hordes. Horde in the middle, horde on the side, and removals. It's a very good trinket shop. We'll want to have a lot of money prepared for this, though, because if we don't, we're not going to get any value out of it. Also, Wurmkin plus Trinket Shop, name a more iconic duo, so. Noting the lack of Steel Shop there. We do have a Steel on 5 with a Cave, Magic Shop Vortex, money with the Magic Shop if we want to. Magic Shops in particular are good with Exile Awoken, big fan of that. You can translate -1s directly into +1 card draw for a lot of turns. Let's see. No Magic Shop on 4, which means we get double magics early. Steel Shop has a Vortex, that's nice. Competes with a Wurmkin Banner Horde. We'll see what we need. If I need a unit still, we may go that way, but unclear. And then, yeah, the banner situation. Double Awokens, no other choices. Okay. Awoken on the Steel Shop on 2, Awoken on the Magic side on 3. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, let's see what we run into. Cheater's Hand, Conscription Notice, Opener. It's got to be Conscription Notice, I think, right? It's got to be. Cheater's Hand is not good if I'm drawing 10 cards, which I might legitimately get to with Root Seeds, because it, steals a card draw. And then, yeah. Just draw faster for Cheater's Hand. Get rid of this. I don't think we need this yet. I have nothing that I need to permafrost immediately. Let's just Conscription Notice. We'll be very strong right now. Take the money. Shellsmith, Marshallord. I will, of course, click Marshallord. If we end up on an egg run, this is nuts. I can buff them with Root Seeds and things. I also just think, generally speaking, Marshallord is a better line overall. It's more balanced throughout the course of the game in terms of power. We take the trial, no question. I should crush this. Cool. This is going to be... Right, remember, I'm going to go Echo Right, Oh, buddy. The Tycoon is a power play here. I suddenly want to kill everything upstairs. And so I will. Yep, we'll just do that. Every unit we can get upstairs that dies is amazing. Vine Grasp, sure, we're going to use that to get money on middle. Root Seeds here. I'm going to go ahead and return Soul a Root Seeds, I think, just to draw faster. Shoot this thing, all good. We get 5 money from that. 5 money. The best kind of money is 5 money. Alright, I need to kill everything, basically. We're going to go ahead and Proclamation upstairs to save some of this damage. Our goal is to get all this cash upstairs, pretty much. I want to make sure I'm earning 5 gold on each play here. Perfect. I'm willing to even wait on this guy downstairs, right? Just draw faster. Return Soul, draw faster. I want to use this as an opportunity. Yeah. I want to use this as an opportunity to hopefully get an extra kill upstairs. Alright, we do definitely get it. Now, I might self-kill here if possible. Yes, this is good. This earns me an extra 5 gold. I kill my own Bogfly. I had him dying, but it was because I had the backline in play. Don't touch anything else here. We have it pretty much perfect. Alright, great. We earned a bunch of money there thanks to Conscription Notice, which is uncommon, but awesome. Forgotten Trade is purple, which I appreciate. I think it still has to be the Echo Transfer damage scaling. Yes, we click these. Glimmer. Unfortunately, the Glimmer is not purple, but I do think it's the right take. It's a very good plus 30 target. We don't necessarily have a sweeper. We might get one, but, you know, still. I'll take it. Good tendon piercing as well, though I also have the Proclamation. It's a little less ideal. Alright, we go to this banner situation, I think. I would like a unit. I have a lot of money suddenly, which is cool. Large stone, gross. I guess it could be Shattered Shell, right? There's no reason it shouldn't be Shattered Shell. I could actually take the large stone into him, too. It's better than Animus of Speed here. Let's look at this temple and see what we get. Spell Chain. Purge. I have to take stuff. Spell Chain almost certainly goes into the Echo Transfer, though it not being purple is a bit of a bummer. I guess I could put it in the Return Soul. Not a bad take, honestly. I'm going to take it no matter what, is the thing. Merchant of Steel. Do I ever take this large stone? He's big. I don't mind the extra health here. You could fit him with March Lord in front, potentially, and do an okay job. I mean, it's true. The only thing I don't love about this is it negates the ability to take a Shard Soul Carver infusion. I think we just chill and re-roll here and see what we get. Endless. Ugh. Well, you know, too bad I don't have Titan Sentry. I guess we chill? He's got to get a plus 25 if I'm actually keeping him, though, right? Like, I absolutely have to. He just dies in one hit otherwise. The only reason I'm leery about this is a Carver infusion negates the need for the plus 25 here. So, depending on what we end up with, I'd like to keep that slot open, maybe? We should be durable, right? I think we're durable enough? It's tough. It's hard to say. Echo Transfer or Return Soul? Now that's the question. I think Echo Transfer's stronger, but I don't have the Echo Generation to guarantee this, so I'm going to put this in Return Soul. The only thing you got to watch out for is, would there be an X5 that I would care about? No, it's not like I'm going to X5 the Echo Transfer suddenly, right? If it were purple, maybe, but no. Return Soul, I might X1 it. Have 2 of these in the deck? Sure, we'll go there. That's fine. The Purge here is Proclamation? One of these Proclamations can go, I think? Sure, alright. I'm not going to infuse here. I'm not weak, but I'm not that strong either. I guess we move on, right? I guess so. Large stone endless. What a bummer. I didn't have an egg either. We should cleanly get the Mark of Invasion here. That's fine. Oh, very easy. Let's see what Echo Right pops out on Conscription Notice first. Shark. Meh. I don't think we need to play the shark here, so I'm just going to play upstairs. Now, I do think we want a Glimmer here. It is better to just not take 5 million damage. And we'll play the guard downstairs. He punches, I guess. It's fine. I can think of worse things to do. Let's go ahead and stop incoming damage whenever possible. I'm going to go ahead and return soul back the Glimmer here. Just burn that real fast. I'm okay with it. And then, what's down here? I could take an Echo Break back. I think I am going to Vine Grasp to stop mid-floor damage. I may as well just return soul back the Vine Grasp here, I think, and then self-shoot it, right? Fine. We have at least we hatched the egg, which is nice. Alright, now if I root seeds, root seeds, root seeds, we unfortunately don't get the kill. It's a bummer, right? Yeah. Now, I could ping the guy in back, but he is scaling for Shattered Shell, so I'm not sure about it. Yeah, he walks and I take 5. Okay. Now, I would like to root seeds and then ping out the 18 damage guy here, which is good. We have a sweeper, so I want to focus my attention on middle egg here. Yes, and I would like to proclamation to get rid of this card. Good. Okay. Fine. Alright, now I need a buff middle guy, is where we're at. So we're going to do things like root seeds, and then echo transfer here. And then we're going to go ahead and ping out the guy on middle, and I think we're guaranteed to win from this position, right? Yeah. We're fine. Fantastic work. Honestly, I already have the X, don't mess with it. This guy gets it. It's fine. The Shattered Shell, of course, implodes there. I'm not surprised. We take 5. It's unfortunate, but it's fine. Echo Infusion. It's good, but sadly also no purple. And no Bounding Echoes either, which was kind of a hope. Echo Snare is fine, I suppose. It's an etch. It's purple, I guess. It's not what I wanted. I still think we take the Echo Infusion, but we're going to be very starved for Echoes here, which is something to watch out for. Wildwood Sap. I'm going to click it. It's purple, and also I think this could be an important part of my run somehow. Alright, let's go to the Magic Shop because it's better than the Hellvent right now. We have no good Hellvent targets, really. And seeing an Awoken banner seems good. Permafrost. Not what I wanted. 20 consume. I should take it. I think I'm just going to put this into a Vine Grasp. I have Echo Breaks that are fine. Sure. -1 root seeds. Yes, of course. Permafrost, I think we skip it. You could maybe permafrost something like the Echo Transfer here. It's not bad. I have cash to spare, but I'd like to save it. Let's spin this. Double stack. Okay, double stack does make me feel a little bit better about Mr. Wildwood Sap, at least. I'll make it 1 cost. It's a pretty decent X5 if we end up on it. The last 20 consume can be... Should it be Vine Grasp? Second one burns out. Is there a reason I would ever keep this over an Echo Break? Debatable. I don't think I need to make that decision yet. Let's look at the Awoken banner. Self-infused Shattered Shell? Is that actually better here than the Husk Hermit? Husk Hermit may just be superior, though. I'm going to grab the Hermit. I think it's better as an infusion and as a base unit with 30 health. It's not good, but fine. I'm going to, of course, take this money. Let's see what the cave has for us today. Purge a spell, get an upgraded version later. It could be free and... what is it? Free and reserve. Well, the reserve option. Then there's the free and duplicate. I wish you could look these up in the logbook. This is one of the ones I always struggle the exact amount to remember. There's two that become free. One is spreading, and one is the... there's also the permafrost one that gives you reserve for healing. And then, what is the last one? You know, it doesn't matter. Making it free is pretty decent. We could do this to Wildwood Sap and then dupe it. It's okay. Can I win this combat without this Wildwood Sap? Not actually clear if that's true or not. I don't know if we can. You could give them a Root Seeds, which is not terrible. In the worst of case, it's just a simple play. I could give it a unit. I don't have a good unit for this. I'm going to... yeah, it's such a weird event. I'm going to give it a spell, and it's going to be a Root Seeds, I think. Make one of them free, I guess. I think I need this Wildwood Sap to win this combat, right? I think that's actually true. Sure, here you go, champ. Whatever. I don't actually want to get rid of the Root Seeds, but maybe it gets a cool buff or something. I'm going to 20 consume an Echo Break here. That's fine. We still have a lot of cash. We haven't gotten very high on shards just because we haven't seen a great opportunity to do it yet. I'm going to have to start pumping those numbers up, though. For better or worse. We haven't seen a very good line. Is straight up just a true statement. I think this multi-striking Animus of Will is considerably stronger than the Shattered Shell here. So we're going to actually put that in. And then what? Sacrifice Shattered Shell, I think? Sure. Seems good. Can I keep him alive, maybe? No. It was a good idea. Worth trying, right? Worth trying. Buff in the back. We'll do our best. Husk Hermit comes downstairs. He's actually going to live, which is nice. That's helpful. Sure. We'll take it. Now, I think I'm going to save Shattered Shell. Worth it. Play the Root Seeds. I don't think the Wildwood Sap is particularly helpful right now. Let's tank for Shattered Shell for the moment. Okay. It's a bummer going upstairs like this. I think we can make this work, though, by simply putting the Echo Infusion in front. And then I think we can hatch this thing. We could hatch this thing. The real question is, do I want these floors to stack up? I think we need to ping out downstairs on the conduit and then take out the front guy with a proclamation. I think that's actually true. I need to try to keep this egg alive or I think we lose. So keep that in mind. I think we're good here. Yeah, Return Soul is going to burn the Root Seeds, which hatches the egg, which is good. Great work. Cool. I'm going to go ahead and click the Return Soul here. On the Return Soul, there's a reason I did this. So I can Return Soul the Echo Break and stop the guy downstairs. And then we get the extra Echo upstairs. Great. Okay, we clear the whole floor. It's honestly pretty decent. I'm looking for... yeah, here it is. Echo Transfer is good scaling. Great work. We ping the man in front. We ping the man in back. Our goal is to just keep them alive. This Animus of Will is going to hard carry. We just drop the Wildwood Sap in front, and now we win for sure. Incredible work. Go team. Cool. Good. Excellent. Very little to add here. We easy win this combat now. Yeah, we got it. Awesome. This could have been much scarier, I will fully and freely admit, but we did pretty alright here. I think the Animus was a good roll. Thank you, Conscription Notice. Extremely cool. Now, I would like something that actually gives me some direction on this run. Like, Echoes of the Past is cool, but I actually think I would just play the Echo Transfer faster. Perfect Insanity could be amazing, but again, Purple Generation is a struggle. It doesn't look as bad right now because, you know, you just hit like 500 Root Seeds and it's not too bad, I suppose. I guess it's not terrible if we just draw and play 10 cards every turn. Perfect Insanity might be an important part of this run. We'll click it. It's also purple, it's fine. Sure, you know what? Shard Soul Carver is a functional infusion that is fine. Sure, yes. The alternative was like Keeper of Echoes, but it's a bad self-infuse here. I'd rather use the base of Keeper, and then what am I going to do? Shattered Shell Infusion? No, we take the Carver. Now, that's pretty weak otherwise. Steel Shop here, I have to hit multi-strikes. Bummer. Ember would normally be the payment here, I think. It's not a payment. I do think it's good to have the Ember, though, because I can play out all my Root Seeds and other garbage. We offset our card draw situation thanks to the Root Seeds, so being able to play more of them is helpful. Ember's probably worth it, then? You could argue draw. I don't think we're in a struggle situation right now. There's a lot of free cards in here, too, but I think we're going to take the draw first, and we'll see where we're at, right? We'll see what comes. I'm going to go left. It's definitely a Steel Shop situation. We did hit an infusion that's at least functional. Give me a multi-strike or something. Great. Wonderful news. Amazing. Serious argument, by the way, for keeping the Shard Soul Carver and giving him the infusion, but I do think the right play here is to leverage Sweep, right? That will be very helpful. We can still go tall, and we'll be fine. -2. And another Purge? Gross. Yeah, I think this has got to be Carver's infusion into one of these guys. 25 health? Not bad. He could self-scale a little. I honestly just straight up think the Husk Hermit is better here. We can rely on external scaling and Carver's infusion to do this, and 45 base health is just way better than anything Shattered Shell offers. So we're going to do the Hermit. I'll think about those temple upgrades. Shellsmith? You know Shellsmith's not terrible for survivability. The pivot here. It's really just a matter of do I want Big Worm or not. I don't know if I need Big Worm. The Shellsmith pivot may actually just be superior. I think it is Shellsmith here, and it's mostly because we're going to 200 shards, right? The extra survivability for the floor will matter. I think it's Shellsmith. Yeah, we'll take it. If I had, you know, Endless Egg or something, I might consider a different approach, but we're going to take the Hermit multi-strike here, and I will spin this for a quick, because that would also be pretty sick here. And we're going to remove the Shattered Shell, because he's not helpful. Good. He's my removal there. Now the question is, do I have to keep the other Train Stewards? Unclear. Let's see if we get quick. We don't. Endless. I'm going to save that slot, and then we go to the Steel Shop again, I think. I have to take upgrades. 70 right now. I have to purge something, which is kind of a bummer. I guess it's going to be this other Vine Grasp. I might as well clear it. Sure. What's the -2 here? I don't really know. -2, I mean, it makes a Root Seeds free. I guess if they give me a Spell Chain, it makes this Root Seeds kind of sick. I guess. Sure. It's not very good, but I do think I need the shards. Alright, with 2 more temples, that's 25, 50, 65, 80. I'm looking at 175, which does mean I'm going to have to dupe something or do a single extra infusion, which means leave 2 Train Stewards in. But I only need to leave 2 Train Stewards in. That's it. Let's go ahead and cut another card here. We'll cut a Train Steward. We have to leave those other 2 guys in, but that's enough. Having just the 2, fine. We at least didn't go to 100 here. That would have been a bit spicy. We can take the Armor Emblem, right? Yeah, I think so. Sure. right? Sure. Hermit lands in, Echo Right drops in. We get a lady. I'm not mad about this. That's pretty cool. I guess I could self-ping here, but that just seems super wrong. Shoot that man downstairs, I guess. Glimmer? Sure. Mostly doing that so I can maybe kill this back guy that's very scary otherwise, but, you know, that's a consideration. Let's go for the ping here. Remember, every single purple upstairs is damage scaling, so I'm good with that. Yeah, cool. So the Vine Grasp kills a man, which is honestly really important. I am going to leak this guy in the back, I think. And that's just kind of how that's going to be. Return Soul here should bring back something. Honestly, Proclamation's pretty decent here. We get a kill. I still think it's worth it to ping. 25, and we're looking at like 65 damage here, so I can totally play another one. Now, whether I can do this last one, anyone's guess. It's actually pretty decent to return soul back an Echo Break here. Yeah, cool. That saves me some health for sure. We're doing what, 30, 55, 55 and nearly 50, so 105. I think if I drop this, it's down to 45 plus, what, 68, and then another 23 is 91. We still get the kill? Great. Okay, fine. I had to think about that for a hot minute, but I think we are okay. Alright, moment of truth. We just kind of keep clicking cards until this is over. I could actually kill this guy in back and save a lot of health here. That's a weird decision. I could save the Pyre health. Sure, I actually think the Pyre health is worth saving here. I didn't like losing that Eggman, but it could be much worse, right? Alright, now here's the situation. I need to bring back Root Seeds very fast here. We're going to try to... Our goal is to Root Seeds scale on this for sure. This is actually a very important turn for Return Soul onto Return Soul, in case anyone is keeping track. This is a very good armor generator, but also is an important move for just clearing stuff out. Now, with that in mind, click the Echo Transfer. We're going to Return Soul now back the Echo Transfer. This is good enough damage to clear floors, which I appreciate. We're okay, right? Let's go ahead and ping for more purples. It's good. And then put some health in the front. And we chill. Okay, we do enough damage here to win the combat, which is honestly the single most important thing I'm over here thinking about. Root Seeds are more important than if I let this guy walk at 7 damage, I don't actually care. 25, 50, 200, I mean, we just take the other hit and it's fine. We chill. Alright, great. Now all I have to really do is airdrop in the Wildwood Sap, and I think we're gonna do okay. Great. Alright. We get through this combat, and it could have been much worse. I'm gonna self-ping because it is damage. Great. Okay. This could have been terrible, but it wasn't terrible, and that's excellent news. We actually kill a man in the back. Incredible. It's fine. The regen does enough, and then we get this kill, and we're fine. Alright, we take no damage, we get everything. Why feel bad? Don't. Simply do not feel bad. Forgotten Trait is both purple and ember generating. This is almost interesting, because I wonder if there's a way we can use this to not have to take ember. And I think we don't have to here. Let's grab the Forgotten trait. I'm looking for a Daze for Patient, by the way. Preserved Thorns is excellent. There's a lot of reasons for it. One, it's purple. Two, it creates stings, which draw cards. Great. Three, I can return soul the stings for extra draw and extra power. All of these are excellent. Restoring Retreat, you could potentially move Patient off the floor, but I don't think that's better than Preserved Thorns here. What did you give me? Add a copy to your discard pile. Alright, hold on to that, champ. Means it's gonna be free spreading. We're gonna go left. Quick would be fine. Multi-strike would be fine. Do I just click the quick right away? It's better than re-rolling. The only thing we have to be careful about is patient, right? If we're clearing floors, then patient is swinging. Dangerous. I could potentially deal with this a few ways, but I think we take this and we're going to be alright, but, you know, dicey. Rail Spikes. Not what I wanted. Spell Rail Spike. Is there a bad card here? I'm going to put this into this Train Steward. We can just not play him, and then that can remove him later. Or I guess we could Temple this. Plus 30. Okay, the plus 30 is helpful. We're going to just drop that into Glimmer. Yes. The Purge here is... I mean, what do we get rid of? I guess it's an Echo Break? Sure. Remember, we do need to do infusions and stuff. So, do I do that now and then purge this thing, or do we wait? 3 more rings. I think we chill because another bunch of shards seems dicey here. And we move on. We're saving all of our cash for this trinket shop, and I think we're good. I did buy the quick, right? Good. Great. It's going to help me now. I need to think about how we're actually answering patient. Heaven Seal is scary. I think we can take this, but we're liable to eat dirt to this backline heavy, which by some miracle didn't get upgraded. That's surprising. Steelworker. Wish I could have gotten you on the floor, champ. That's okay. Now, I can just self-ping here, but the only problem is it pulls him forward, so don't. Right? So don't do that, I guess. We'll kill a guy just to get rid of that damage, I suppose. We're buffing, we're just going to be playing a whole bunch of stuff. Burn this Echo Break. Cool. We're going to click the Forgotten trade here. We're going to click the Preserved Thorns here. I'm going to go ahead and Sting middle floor a bunch. Then we Return Soul. You guessed it, a Sting. This is pretty much what we're looking for here, right? Yeah. We actually even have Perfect Insanity online upstairs, though I don't think it's going to matter too terribly much. Play purple cards. They're good. The etches are also good for the similar reasoning. Let's Glimmer middle. I would like to stop this guy from murdering here. We play the Echo Transfer, and then we buff a little more, and we're okay. Alright. Root Seeds here is good. We're going to go ahead and Return Soul that Sting and burn it. Good. I could just kill this man. Interesting. I'm just going to go ahead and Return Soul the Root Seeds that costs Ember here. And the rest we kind of just let chill. I might as well Perfect Insanity to save 6 health. Sure. Alright. Remember, we have Quick. Quick is going to help a ton, so I'm not really that concerned. Let's blast mid-floor, actually. That seems just objectively superior. Our goal here is to continue to buff. Make the buffs happen. Alright, we should be fine here now. Yeah. Let's just play stuff out. Glimmer once. It's still worth it to do it. I want to play that Root Seeds for sure. There's really... I mean, there's no reason to. He hits once. It's fine. Go ahead and buff. Sure. I'm not playing the Purge copy of this Train Steward, by the way. That's very intentional for whatever it's worth. I don't want to make the mistake of accidentally doing that. We're going to send it, by the way. Today is Return Soul into the Return Soul. We then Return Soul back the Echo Transfer. We full send. Return Soul back a buffing card, aka Root Seeds. Yes, I wish to draw more cards. I'm going to play some health in the back, and then I'm going to self-ping in the front. Reason I'm doing this is because the person that I need to keep alive is in the back here. Cool, easy mode. No problem. And then we just Perfect Insanity the boss for good measure. Seems reasonable. Sure, 1 round, no problem. Alright, this is straightforward, did an okay job. Light's Gift makes me feel quite bad about the situation with Quick, but you know, you never could have guessed it. I'm still going to take it. Soul Cripple, Ancient Resonance, Ambient Charge. Is Soul Cripple ever important here? It's not a bad pickup. 13 Reap is pretty decent if I can generate a lot of echoes. I don't want it. No, I don't want it. Engraft, Awake. Awake is not abysmal. It's purple, I guess. Makes me want to go to a magic shop, but it does take a -2 decently. I don't really have a great -2 target if they show it to me, so there's that. Focus growth would be better, I think, but I'm a little concerned about Patient here, genuinely. He's going to be tough. They haven't shown me any of the tools I want for him. Shellsmith is helpful. Generate a bunch of armor, consume stuff, and generate armor is good. Awake is probably a good consume target. We'll take it. I can think of worse cards to add here. Alright, we have to take Mr. Spreading Root Seeds, which is not bad. It does just replace itself, so I'm good with it. Let's go to the right now. Yeah, this is for sure. We have enough money to go to the trinket shop. Let's see what we hit. Karuska is excellent. We're going to just go ahead and purchase Karuska here. Yes, I'm going to remove stuff, I think. Ford today says, Winged Indulgence. You know what? That is something. It's better than Firewall here. We'll take the Horde in the middle. Encased Divinity, I guess, is better than Boon of the Blacksmith or Rationing Scales. Sure. Now, we don't also get the Pyrostone housing, but the Karuska is huge, right? We have a lot of tools for this. It makes the Echo Transfer, the Echo Infusion good. It makes the remaining Proclamation good. It makes Perfect Insanity better. Removals are tough. Removals are tough here. Okay, so I don't need these removals, but I do want to take advantage of them. Let's cut an Echo Break here. I have to keep these Train Stewards, right? Yeah, for the Infuse, in order to actually make the Divinity, so I think we just cut Echo Breaks and hope for the best, right? You could still cut a Proclamation. This is not necessary. This card is not bad, but it's not adding a lot. If I see a 10 in Piercing, it's going into Glimmer. If I see another plus 30, it goes into Glimmer. If I see both, I have an Echo Break. I think I'd cut the Proclamation, even in spite of Karuska. It's not going to get upgraded. And then one of these is an Echo Break pop, I think. And then we have to hold the Train Stewards, unfortunately. We sadly cannot get the Pyrostone housing, but Karuska was just better. So we'll take that. I think we beat Fell, but it's a good floor, alright? We powered up. I'm a fan of that. And that went pretty decently. But Icy, Silophyte. Okay, bud. Sure. Send it. Get some spell weakness into Fell. Sure, why not? Let's blast it. We want to return Soul, the Echo Break here. Our goal is to basically pop stuff out quickly. I'm going to Echo Infusion in front. And I'm going to actually go ahead and return soul the... Ooh, that's a tough call. Echo Infusion is not a bad add here. I'm going to do that. I want to do the Echo Infusion mostly because I like that the egg now has essentially plus 20 health, right? It pops out, and now they're very tanky. So that's cool. Now our goal here is to Root Seeds. We're going to go ahead and Echo Break. 48 damage. Incredible. And then I guess we play the purple card, right? There's no reason not to. Swings first. Good. Somehow Icy Silliphite is still alive. Also strange. Cool. We pop stuff. Echo Transfer is good. Cloning Root Seeds is very entertaining to me, but still fine. I'm gonna just play the stings here. They're not important. We have quick. It's fine. Good. Okay, so the angle here is Root Seeds into Perfect Insanity on the boss, which is good. Then we just keep clicking cards, which I do think are important. Root Seeds, I think, is more important than the alternatives. Let's play out a Train Steward, not the Purge guy. Sure, we'll just play it upstairs, do 30, I suppose. It's fine. Alright. We're doing okay. I can think of this ending worse. Our goal right now is essentially just to play a whole bunch of trash. Right? And then I wish to burn stings here. Great. We're generating purple cards. That is the play. Return Soul here is going to be another sting, I think. Just burn it. Great work. I could just burn the Wildwood Sap at this point. There's no reason to hold it. We did a lot of damage to Fel there. That's pretty decent. I'll burn it, sure. It's armor generated. Yeah, it's fine. I can think of this going worse. We get one more turn into Fel. The question is, do I send it downstairs just to... Yeah, I think I do. Root Seeds. Root Seeds. Root Seeds. I know. Root Seeds. Return Soul. One of the cloned Root Seeds here. Just so I can Perfect Insanity the boss. And then we play normal cards upstairs. I'm going to burn another copied Root Seeds here. It's pretty darn good, actually, when you run the numbers on this, huh? Yeah, it's pretty decent because they create copies. If I could find a spell chain, this is actually kind of nuts, right? They create copies of each other, which are quite powerful, actually. If they can get Consume on them, it's pretty good. We get the kill on this turn as a result. Yeah, great. Alright, so we actually pre-Relentless Fel thanks largely to Perfect Insanity, which is very cool. Symphony of a Soul is tempting. Only for armor, but I could potentially... Now, I know I might normally go Unearthed Remains in a normal world. Perfect Insanity number 2, also legitimate. Symphony of a Soul lets me potentially generate thousands of armor on Husk Hermit. And this is actually really useful for Patient, right? I'm going to click the Symphony here. I think Symphony is right just for that. Now, what's coming up? I want to go Magic if it exists at all. I think we go left here. We look at the cave. Maybe we see like a Sunderstone. I think it's Ember, because you can already tell we're a little squished for Ember. We're drawing a lot of cards. Some of them are expensive. I do think it's Ember. We're already easily drawing 10, so let's just go for it. This will make Symphony a lot more playable, a lot of other things. I'll look at a Divine Artifact here and then immediately sell it, because none of those were any good. We're going to go left. We're going to hope for the best. Money. Take the Horde here. Sketches. No. No. No, absolutely not. Okay, I had to think about it. Refracting Lens is potentially a lot of Ember. We could just... I mean, it's not just a lot of Ember, it's a lot of health. I could just face tank mini-bosses on Pyre health with this. We are etching a lot. Mind Horde, on the other hand, is not that important. This is not helping enough that I care. Although it does let me stash one for a very powerful Perfect Insanity, which is true. So, also makes Symphony a little easier. Interesting questions. I can always Perfect Insanity mini-bosses, potentially. Let's take the Horde. Let's take the Horde here. We'll look at the cave. High roll, please. Well, you know, Pyre health doesn't scare me that much. I'll take the Heartstone, sure. 70 health seems okay to me. You could have argued Petrified Heart there, but I have Awake. There's no reason to do it. Now, I was thinking about duping the Return Soul here. I actually think I'm considering the Perfect Insanity, but I think it's more than anything, it's just empty Echo Transfer. As dumb as it sounds, having another one of these is really helpful. With the Karuska, yeah, let's do it. It's kind of dull, but it's fine. We're going to still be able to make it to the end. I get 25 from the temple, and then I self-infuse. As long as I don't accidentally play Mr. Train Steward. We're going to go Shellsmith 2, of course. I want to double that armor gain. Yes. And I think we move on. Okay. I think we have the tools to win. Let's go ahead and click the armor emblem. We're probably leaking a heavy here, but honestly, I kind of don't care. It's worth it to do it anyway. Play Mr. Carver, play Mr. Echowright. Railbeater, go live middle, sure bud. Then we get to play Echo Transfer. I might just burn this Wildwood Sap. I think I am. Just send it. It's a purple, it's fine. I would be surprised if Railbeater even gets to attack here. Let's go ahead and take the health in front because I do think it provides value. Then we get the Echo Transfer in back. I can Glimmer middle in kind of a glorious fashion and actually keep Railbeater among the living, which is pretty cool. We hatch upstairs. I can just sting a bunch. Do not play the Purge Train Steward yet. He will be removed on his own next. Okay, great. Okay, we get to copy cards. This is good. I'm going to go ahead and Return Soul. Wait for it. This is the good one, right? You Return Soul the Root Seeds that clones itself, because now it generates armor for me too. And it is itself creating copies that consume, which is, you guessed it, very powerful. We get the Symphony on this turn too, which is armor generated. Great. Cool. I can play this other Train Steward out. Cool. Good. Honestly, getting the Railbeater slap in is pretty nice there. I think we have this. I think this will work. We are generating a lot of value here, which is honestly great. These root seeds that clone themselves are actually quite excellent. I'm going to go ahead and hit the Echo Transfer here just for that initial burst. I think that's worth it. Man, we've generated a lot of armor here. I could even Perfect Insanity on this turn comfortably, and I will. Just to save 3 health. Honestly, I'm feeling good. I think we got it. This is enough armor generated that I think we can beat. Yeah, I think we can beat the bosses here. So we go ahead and just click Awake for no real reason, and then we go ahead and Symphony. We're at 300 and something here. And then I Glimmer middle to end some of those retaliation Will Wings hits. And I think we're okay. Incredible, actually. I think this is actually a very solid sign that we have made some good decisions. 792, for instance, pretty awesome. Actually getting a lot of value out of Encased Divinity as well. This is good. I'm actually quite pleased with the state of this run right now. I'm going to go ahead and burn the Echo Infusion. Fine. I'm going to go ahead and burn random root seeds. Actually, we're just going to burn a Sting here. I think that's okay. We get the other Sting. Play the purple cards. Play the purple cards. Sure. Alright. And I think we easy win this combat. The neat thing about this is even if this did look risky, it's not risky because of the fact that I have 839 armor in the back. So even if my front line passes away, we are okay. Honestly, really cool. I think the Winged event did a ton of good work here. Yeah, here, check this out. We copy our armor. I return soul. I'm going to go ahead and return soul back the copy of armor, but we're going to make a big turn out of this, right? There is very little reason not to. We're just going to burn a whole bunch of stuff, and then... Sure, root seeds, why not? Let's go. And then at the end, you just click the Symphony again. We're up to 3,500 armor, and then I still get to ping one more time. For good measure. Like, it's not a lot of damage, but I tell you what, my survivability has skyrocketed. Symphony of a Soul doing huge work. Yeah, we don't see days. Wurmkin Etchings is probably bad. I'm creating copies of consume cards. I have infinite consume cards thanks to the root seeds here. I think this is not good. Revenge of the Damned is not terrible. If it were purple, I think I would lean a little harder on it. Do I want that guy? Maybe. It's not a bad card to add. If it were purple, I think it would be a slam dunk. If it generates echoes ever on my floor, it's huge. But how many times will it do that? Unupgraded, not many. I guess I could give it a plus 10 or something at a minimum. 20 consume. Alright, if I get a 20 consume, I can throw it at it, because I am going for this dupe, right? I think I am. Yeah, we'll take the revenge. Sure. It's a fine card. Pyrogrow is not awful. How often am I needing even more Ember? It's really just for turns when I have the Awake, right? Restoring Retreat's not terrible. I could take this just to get Patient off the floor, weirdly enough. I wonder if that's... You know what? Yeah, alright. Just moving him off the floor could be big. We're going to go right here. Yes, I want the dupe. Let's solve everything first. -2 into Awake. Yes. Suddenly much more viable. Although it might be the Symphony, right? Could be Symphony. 10 in Piercing. Ooh, we got some good rolls here. Let's look at the Magic Shop. This determines some stuff. Okay, so... what is the most important permafrost here? It's either Symphony or Perfect Insanity, but I'm also humoring Restoring Retreat. Ooh, so many difficult decisions. Mark of a Champion, no thank you. Advanced Prototype, not a chance. Forever Flame, no way. What's my dupe? Another great question. We didn't get the Spell Chain. Alright, I think we spin this shop. These are not that impactful. Forever Flame, whatever. None of these are that big. Faulty Loader is not really that important unless we're somehow terribly slow. Decayed Decoy. Weird. I don't think there's a lot of value there. The Permafrost. Let's talk about this first. I could make zero-cost Permafrost Symphony of a Soul. The one big advantage of -2 on the Symphony is that I can dupe it comfortably. With a Permafrost, pretty powerful, honestly. You hold on to it until you have the echoes, and then you send it. The Perfect Insanity, however, might be better. I say this because holding on to Perfect Insanity for a mini-boss is big, because those mini-bosses are going to probably walk on me. We don't scale damage fast enough to deal with how tall they are. I think to win this run, we plan on playing Symphony every time it's drawn, but we plan on holding the Perfect Insanity for a mini-boss. Yes, I think that's gotta be it. And I only need the one of them, so we'll do this in order to avoid losing. Perfect Insanity being free lets me play it last. Yes. I'm thinking where my -1s go, because I also have the Return Soul, right? Now, this -2, I think, needs to be in Symphony. I think making it free is really important. I'm also much more likely to dupe this thing as a result, so that's where my -2 goes. The 10 in Piercing, I'm going to put this in Revenge, because this can now generate 3 echoes, which is huge. I was going to drop this in Glimmer, but I actually think the Revenge is just better to have some piercing. That's a strong play. We'll take that. Now, I don't think there's ever a hope of me hellventing for 25 here, so the reality is we are going to do our self-infuse angle. We planned for this. We're going to put it into the Purge one. This is great, because now he purges on Divinity, and on Seraph, and then for Divinity he's gone. He might even have enough health to survive a Floron patient and bait, which is pretty big. 20 consume. I might 20 consume Restoring Retreat. I don't think I actually want to play this card that many times, right? I don't want to redraw this. Yeah, 20 consume there is good. Let's re-roll then. Double stack. Regen 6. I think this -1 has to go in Awake so that this is more playable, in my opinion. Yeah, I think so. It's a little hard to justify otherwise. We're a little scattered in our upgrades, but I guess I could double stack it, right? It's kind of a weird realization, but I'm going to buy the Faulty Loader because I don't have any other purpose for my money, and I guess it's acceptable. Sure. Decayed Decoy does actually nothing. Same with Gnarled Root. I could buy removals. I might as well, right? The removals here are just Echo Break. The 2 Echo Breaks can go. True, true. Sure. My cards aren't bad, but most of my cards aren't amazing either. Yeah, sure, I'll burn some Echo Breaks. I guess I might as well. There's a 20 consume, isn't there? There is. We'll go ahead and 20 consume this other Echo Break then. That's fine. That way it generates armor for me. You want to consider Awake double stack? Is that ever something we think we care about? You know, I guess I could make infinite regen, huh? Sure, why not? Honestly, it's fine. The double stack here, I mean the dupe rather. This is a tough one, I think. We didn't hit the spell chain, or I would have put it into the Root Seeds, which is cool, but I think we are going to dupe Symphony. Yeah, sure. It's free. Great work. I get another removal. Unclear what I would want to put this into. I suppose it could just be a Root Seeds. I don't hate that, but I'd like to keep the initial speedy draws. What if I just don't remove any of this stuff? None of this is bad. I guess I could just buy the removal on the Train Steward and have a better Patient, right? Patient is scarier than Divinity, I think. Alright, I'm just going to pay the removal on the Train Steward then, if I'm being honest with you. I think it makes sense. Sure, I honestly think it makes some sense. Just pay that removal here. I like all my other cards. The Root Seeds, I want to keep them all because they speed me up my first initial draws until I've created the clones with the Root Seeds that clone. All of my extracts are important. I want the Awake, the Regen, because I think I can Symphony that to silly levels. The Consume cards are good because they consume and therefore generate a lot of armor. Restoring Retreat buys me a turn from the Patient, and I guess is a Consume. Everything else goes away. I suppose, unless I can afford anything at the Trinket Shop that matters. No. I mean, I have literally no Reap. And literally no spikes. So, cool. I guess I'm just going to remove this Train Steward. Alright, goodbye, champ. 210 out of 200. I think we've made it. It's acceptable. Let's go ahead and beat Patient up. Don't be top floor, please. Hopefully. I'll take it. He's not top floor. That was all I was concerned about. Now, if I end up face tanking here... Ooh, Animus of Speed hopefully baits upstairs or bottom floor or wherever the heck I put her, mid floor. That would be excellent. Go middle. Yes, Animus of Will. Amazing. Huge fan of that. Wonderful. Okay, I would like very much to... How do I want to approach this? I think it is just Return Soul here. I'm going to go ahead and burn some of the non-standard root seeds here, I think. Great, we popped out some friends. Return Soul for the root seeds again. Keep doing it. I'm going to Echo Break Echo right here. Strange, I know, but specifically so I can go ahead and start the Symphony here. Not afraid of these units. I'm going to go ahead and play the Glimmer downstairs. Yes. I don't want to self-ping like this necessarily. I don't want to infuse him. I'm going to go ahead and chill on the Perfect Insanity here. I think we chill on these. Yeah, fine. Okay, upstairs. Bait. Now this is going to be scary. That's acceptable. Oh my god. Restoring Retreat. Immediate payout. We just send him. Buy a turn entirely. Unreal. I can't believe it worked. Okay, let's Wildwood Sap in the back. I know it's weird to Wildwood Sap in the back here, but remember I'm doing this specifically because of... Where is it? Where's the card? Symphony of a Soul. Yeah? 100%. That's the reason for it. Generate consumes. We just go ahead and hit the stings. There's no reason not to. The first most important thing is the Echo transfer. Then we can Symphony. And then we can comfortably Echo Infusion here. 20 regen, 236. I mean, I think we live in the back even if Patient goes completely mad with power here, right? Let's go ahead and Revenge in front. It generates a lot of echoes, which is great. Yeah, true. It's a good generator. Let's buff here. Echo transfer, generate echoes, good. Sting off floor. I'm going to hit the Awake in back. Return Soul here is going to be into a Sting, I think. And then we'll Return Soul again here into a what? I think we just cut... Honestly, pull back this Root Seeds. Now we're going to start doing the Consume Root Seeds. I'm going to hit them with the Perfect Insanity. Cool, actually. Great. Alright, good. You know what? Fine. He killed a man. I'm not actually pissed about that. That is okay. We're going to keep buffing in the back. It's worth it to do. We get the... Honestly, we're looking great. I just don't have much else to add here. We get the Symphony. 48 regen, 600 armor. Seems solid. We're 100% going to lose Echo right next, I think. Yeah, he's going to go down pretty soon. We get the Echo generators here, which is great. Just huge plays. We are going to continue to play these cards, however. They're right to do it. Awake in the back. Symphony of a Soul one more time. Cool. I mean, we win in the back right now, which is really good. And I hold on to the Perfect Insanity. It's okay. We haven't lost Echo right, though he is going to pass away pretty soon. So, you know, there's that as well. The fact that he's alive is actually very impressive, though, because it does mean that we still get to benefit from, you guessed it, Return Soul. Return Soul into more etches. Sure, why not? Click it. Symphony one more time. Alright, I think 2,566 armor is enough to win Relentless here, and it'll only get better. So I actually think we are super chillin', right? Incredible. Go ahead and click Awake here. I actually have 215 regen in case, 430 regen in case anyone was keeping track. So there's that as well. Yeah, no, this is great. I think we super win here. I can continue to make these numbers even bigger, and it's pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and return soul back. Consume root seeds, great. Return soul, the return soul here. We return soul, the echo transfers. We're at the point where these are fine to burn. Just burn them all. It's great. We just keep clicking cards. Incredible work. And then we get an amazing Symphony of a Soul here. We have 9999 armor. Alright, good job. Patient will kill my man in front, but it won't matter in the least. So, yeah, no, all good. Oh no, I take 55 whatever damage it is. None of this actually threatens me. I have literally 909 maximum armor here. So, alright, great. Symphony of a Soul turned out to be the clutch to defeat Patient. We get Shard of Divinity, incredible. I would probably leaking a mini-boss. I don't think 666 is enough to actually kill them at this level, but yeah. I will say, you know, an interesting discussion point here is how much more focused on survivability I need to be in order to actually win, right? It's very surprising. Lady of the House. Sure, why not? Go for it. Root Seeds, Preserve Thorns, for sure. Click these, great. Go ahead and hit the Echo Transfer, good opener. Fine. We sit on the rest of this. Yeah, seems okay. It's actually just kind of surprising, right? Okay, now, if I'm being real, I might actually just kill my own egg here, but I don't think I'm going to do it. Let's go ahead and hit the Wildwood Sap in the back. Good to have it. The Glimmer here is acceptable. I do think playing purples is good. The etches are very strong, so let's play out as many etches as we can reasonably hit here. Glimmer's not bad. What am I pulling back? I'd like to draw more cards on this next turn. Let's burn some stings then. This will also generate some echoes here, which is cool. And I can also get an early Symphony, which I like. And I can Glimmer another floor, potentially. I may as well Glimmer upstairs, actually. Get the heal. Sure, why not? Alright. It could have gone much worse, I think. Okay, here we go. Let's start generating value. I want armor, 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 echo transfer, echo break, awake in the back. I'm going to hit him with the forgotten trade. I think we can redraw, so I'm going to go ahead and hit the boss with the perfect insanity here. Good. Alright, we're still not very fast, if I'm being real with you. Our damage is not impressive. Yet. Focus in the back. Revenge definitely gets played here. A lot of purples to generate. Glimmer, it's not terrible. I do want to end on Symphony, I think. Let's go ahead and Restoring Retreat the boss. It's fine. I want to target this floor. Symphony in the back. Yes. Okay. 40-something. Regen is good. I want to hold the perfect insanity for the mini-boss here. Let's actually send the Glimmer middle. Yeah. Get rid of those spikes. Okay, we managed to clear this floor. We're not high enough on damage yet to really pop off. I think we can quickly get there. Okay, that's good. We're liable very soon to lose... What's it called? we're very quickly going to... We lose our front line here, almost certainly. The Return Soul is a good set of plays. Let's get some... Yeah, let's get some consumes into these copy root seeds, I think. These are the priority consumes because they're very good at generating survivability, and they create copies that are themselves consumes, which prevents them from flooding my deck too hard. Okay, mini-boss. Now, I do have the Perfect Insanity in hand for just such an occasion. Yeah, this man is going to be a problem for me, but we just completely Shadow Realm him, and it's a good opener. Great. Wonderful work. Let's generate a lot of echoes here. May as well regen in the back. Seems okay. I'm going to Return Soul. I want to Return Soul back a Root Seeds normal. Fine. We'll do it again. I'm going to go ahead and burn the Awake here. This is actually not an important card, in my opinion. And then we get to play the other Awake. Just burn this out. Fine. I had double Symphonies there, which is unlikely to have ever been playable, but fine. I think we're going to do okay here, right? We have the pieces to win, which is important for anyone keeping track. Burn one of these enemies. Sure. It's good to do it. Yeah, it's a lot of purple generated. We actually do lose one of these guys, which is fine. I don't need these flies. They are just face tanks. I would like to redraw... There it is. Perfect Insanity. Alright, cool. Wonderful work. We get to save some spikes. That's good. We buff exclusively in the back. Because... Trust me, it makes sense to do it. The Return Soul here is on first a Root Seeds, I think. And then secondly is actually going to be on one of these Symphonies for a huge burst, I think. Great. We have plenty of survivability to win Relentless now. I don't need those cards anymore. Our goal now is strictly to survive this mini-boss, which I think we are guaranteed to do. I'm reasonably certain. How many do I need for this? Extracts. Click this first. Perfect Insanity, send this man. Alright, there we go. We did it. And then we glimmer downstairs to avoid curses. Alright, and we win Relentless. Good job. Honestly, excellently played. I think the Perfect Insanity was super clutch. I don't know if it's possible to save your boy Echo right here. Possibly. Unlikely, but not impossible. No, the man passes away, and that's just going to have to be acceptable. We go ahead and hit the Echo Transfer first, then we Symphony. I don't know, 3,854 armor seems acceptable. We have also almost 1,000 regen. Reasonable. I'm actually surprised the regen ended up being any part of this. It's one of those things where I was just looking at it like, I guess you might as well, right? But not too bad. Interesting. It's cool looking at this run because the way we approached this is very different than how we approached this at 100 shards. I think you can be a lot more aggressive at 100 shards, right? You don't have to worry about patient as much. You don't have to think so hard about the Symphony. I don't actually think the Symphony is very good at 100 shards, interestingly, right? You don't need that much armor. You can just keep patient at basically nothing, walk upstairs, oh no, he kills an egg, or rather the bogfly. You can even get around it a little bit by simply having him attack, or rather apply melee weakness to the egg, and then you etch the egg to hatch it and remove the melee weakness. Like, you have a lot of options. Plus with the Restoring Retreat one-off, like, that's fine. This ended up actually being legit, by the way, the Restoring Retreat. Not great by any stretch of the imagination, but it did save me one turn of hit, which was great. So, honestly, good. Huge shout out to Perfect Insanity. I think we come close to losing, if not actually lose, as a result of not having it. This was an important pickup for mini-bosses. They just have way too much health. and your sweeper line is not doing nearly enough damage. If we had something like, Spell Chain Holdover, Purple Echo Transfer, maybe we do scale fast enough for it, but we didn't. We just had 2 copies of the Bone Dry useless thing. Glad I made that second copy, by the way. And it was enough to clear waves, but it's not enough to win those mini bosses, and so we use Perfect Insanity for the other piece of that. Hitting Karuska was huge. Conscription Notice put us in a really good place early. The high roll on the Tycoon was chef's kiss, just truly excellent. What else mattered here? Honestly, in case Divinity did a lot of work on this run, a surprising amount, I think it gets more credit here than it normally would, just because of the how bad our purple generation was and the need to always have the one, right? You could play games with it with the extracts, so also, huge shout out to Random Heaven's Finest here. The spreading root seeds was really, really good with the Shellsmith pivot. Speaking of the Shellsmith pivot, another thing I don't think you need at 100 shards here. It's really helpful for this because we needed it badly, but I don't think we need it at 100. So, interesting. Certainly, I think the same run wins at 100, but, we had to take a lot more stuff to answer problems here than we normally would have. So just an interesting example of a run that is very different at 200 than 100. And yeah, you know what? I'll let you go there. Not much else to say. So hey, thanks a lot for watching this. I really appreciate your time. As always, you can give the video a like if you want. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And stay tuned for what's next. Take care, folks.